Hey guys, welcome to today's practice, focusing on coming home to yourself. So we'll begin in a seated position, sitting in any seat that feels comfortable for you, maybe cross-legged, maybe supporting underneath your bottom, or maybe lying down, just finding a posture that feels comfortable in your body today. And then once you've found your comfortable seat, just gently closing down the eyes. We'll begin by centering ourselves into our practice, taking a moment to let go of the day that you've had prior to arriving on your mat. Maybe taking a couple of deep breaths. And just letting go. And as you begin to settle into your seat or whichever posture you've chosen, with your eyes closed down, just take a moment to bring to mind an intention you've brought into your practice today. Why is it that you've shown up on the mat today? And just allow whatever pops into your mind, first thought, to be your intention. No need to think about it too much. Just allow your intention to come from a place of intuition, of inner knowing. And then gently letting that intention go. And take a moment to begin to become aware of our senses, beginning to drop into our bodies, to let go of the world around us and to really drop into this sense of coming home to yourself. I invite you here to become aware of your breath. Just taking a moment to notice gentle inhale and exhale, the rise and fall of the breath in and out of the body. As you inhale, maybe noticing the cool air as it flows in through the tip of your nose. As you exhale, maybe noticing the slightly warmer air as it flows out. Allowing your breath to be steady and natural. No need to change or control anything here. Just becoming aware of your breathing experience, of your body breathing itself. Maybe you notice the gentle rise and fall of your chest, the expansion and contraction of your ribs and your tummy as you breathe. Just feel into these sensations. And as you feel into these sensations, begin to become aware of your sense of touch. Noticing what you feel in and on your body. Noticing that expansion and contraction, the muscles moving, your body existing, functioning on its own. Maybe noticing what you feel on your skin, temperature of the air against your skin. Maybe noticing the sensation of touch as your body lands on the earth that holds you. What does that feel like? What does your unique experience feel like right now as you begin to come home to yourself? And then start to shift that awareness to your inner sensations. Noticing any sensations from within your body, from below the surface, below the tissue, into the muscles and the bones and the organs. What sensations can you notice here? Maybe you notice a tingling or a warmth, perhaps even the pulsing of blood inside of your limbs. Just lean into the magnificent experience of your body. And then dive even deeper to that part of you that is unseen, but felt so deeply. Place where emotion exists, feelings, inner knowing, intuition. That layer within the emotional body. How does it feel as you begin to come home to yourself? What does this home of your existence feel like? And then gently letting that go. Begin to draw some deeper breaths back into your body. Filling your lungs a little more with every inhale. And softening a little deeper through your body with every exhale. And then start to begin awakening the body once again. Maybe just finding some gentle movements in your body. If you're not seated, just coming back to a seat. And then you can keep your eyes closed down. And we'll just start to draw some circles with our head, coming into some neck rolls. I invite you as you practice today to really lean into the feeling and the sensation of every asana, every movement and posture that you make. As you draw circles with your head, rolling out the neck, how does this feel in your body? Just listening, being in the experience of your body right now. And then changing directions if you haven't already. Drawing circles the other way. Noticing if this side feels a little different to the other. Noticing if there's any sticky points that need a little bit more of your love, and hold those points a little longer. The invitation through your practice today just to move in a way that feels good for you. And then coming back through center, coming back to a neutral spine, rolling your shoulders back and down, drawing the shoulder blades down the spine. Draw the crown of the head up towards the sky and gently begin to blink the eyes back open. From here, we'll inhale, reaching the arms up to the sky. Really reach, maybe your gaze comes up towards the hand, lengthening through the spine. And then on your exhale, bringing your left hand behind your low back, your right hand onto your knee, coming into a twist. Inhale, rising tall through the spine, and then exhale, twist a little deeper. Keeping your hips grounded down into the mat, twisting from the upper back, the upper spine, releasing through the spine, through the organs. And then gaze comes back towards the front. We'll inhale, reaching arms back up to the sky. And exhale, twisting the other way. Right hand comes down behind your low back, left hand onto your knee. Inhale, rise a little taller. Exhale, twist a little bit deeper. Remember to breathe through every posture, continuing your inhale and your exhale. And maybe notice how the inhale and the exhale changes in different postures. Bringing gaze back towards the front. We'll inhale, reach the arms back up to the sky. And then exhale, hands back onto the knees. Start to make some Sufi circles here. So rotating from the hips, moving through the upper body, starting to bring some movement into those hip joints. Make as big or as little circles as feels good in your body, listening to what your body needs right now. Maybe closing down the eyes and just feeling into the sensation. Maybe even feeling the movement and the mobility coming into the spine. And then gently moving back the other way. The invitation there to keep the eyes closed down through your practice as well. Just really feeling into your experience, coming home to those sensations. And then coming back through a neutral spine, we'll inhale, shine the heart forward, roll the shoulders back and down, coming into some seated cat-cows. Gaze comes up. As you exhale, pushing away from the knees, rounding through the spine, drawing your chin towards your chest. Inhale, back forward, shining your heart forward, gaze lifts. Exhale, rounding through the spine, chin towards chest. Inhaling forward, connecting movement to breath. Exhaling back. One more, inhale forward. Exhale back. Inhale back to a neutral spine and then place your hands down, roll over the shins as we move into a child's pose. So you can bring your knees wide with big toes touching, or you can keep your knees together, yogi's choice. Start to lower your chest and your head towards the mat, finding your version of child's pose. And take a moment here. Maybe you walk the hands away from you as far as you can. If you have your knees together, maybe your hands come down by your sides. Giving yourself space today to listen to what your body needs. and what it wants. Maybe you stay in stillness in your child's pose. Maybe you find a little bit of a movement in the hips. Becoming curious as you move through your practice. Curious about the home of your body. 2 more breaths here. And then gently start to walk your hands back in towards your body, coming to sit onto the heels. You can bring your knees back together, bringing toes to touch. Drawing straight up through the spine, we'll inhale, reaching arms up towards the sky. And then exhale, hands through heart center. Inhale, push the hands away from your body. And exhale, round through the upper back. Inhale, arms back over your head, opening through the shoulders, through the upper back. And exhale, hands back down by your sides. Inhale, reaching back up to the sky. Exhale, hands through heart center. Inhale, push away. Exhale, round. Inhale, arms back up overhead. And then exhale, hands down by your side. Roll over onto your hip. And bring your legs out long in front of you. Moving onto your sit bones, maybe moving your delicious bottoms out of the way. Drawing up straight through the spine. We'll inhale here, roll the shoulders back and down. And then as you exhale, start to hinge from the hips, folding over the legs. Maybe this is as far as you come today. Maybe you move a little further. Wherever your edge is, where you feel you can't move anymore, you can then allow your knees to bend and drape your body over your legs. Taking deep breaths here. Feeling the opening through the back body. Through the backs of the legs, the back of the heart. Allowing your forehead to rest onto the knee. See if you can breathe into these sensations. Can you soften a little more into this posture? Drawing prana, life force energy in with your inhale, and your exhale softening you, deepening you into the posture. Really soaking up this slower part of the practice. Being intentional, even in these lower effort postures. Two more breaths here. And slowly start to roll up through the spine, coming back up into a seat. Keep your right leg long and then draw your left foot in towards your right inner thigh. We'll inhale, reach the arms up overhead and then twist your upper body towards the right big toes. So bringing the shoulders so that they're square with your foot. Reaching up, and then as you exhale, folding over that right leg, coming into a single leg forward fold. Notice the difference in sensation as you fold over one leg, the opening through the back of the right leg, but maybe even the opening through that left side body and the left hip there. Again, breathe into this posture. Breathe into the experience. One more breath here. And slowly rising back up as you come to sit, Bring your left hand behind your left hip. Ground down through that right heel, and then ground down through this left knee as you inhale, pushing up from the hips, reaching that right arm over, coming into a variation of gate. Inhale here, reach a little further, and exhale, see if you can push your hips forward a little further. Really opening through the side body, pushing through the hips, engaging the glutes to protect your back. One more breath. And exhale, lowering back down. Bring your left leg long, bring your right foot in towards your inner left thigh as we move on to the other side. Inhale, reach your arms up overhead. Rotate those shoulders so they're square with your big toe. And then exhale, folding over that left leg. Notice if this side feels a little different. Our beautiful human bodies are never completely symmetrical. And often one side is a little tighter than the other. Just listen to your body. Notice it. Give it the space to be as it is. Two more breaths here. And slowly start to rise back up. Bring that right hand behind the right hip. Ground down through the left heel. Ground down through the right knee. Push the hips up to the sky, finding your variation of gate. Reaching that left arm back behind you. Opening through that left side body. Push through those hips. Engage those glutes. Remember to breathe. Feeling into that expansion. One more breath. And exhale, lowering the hips back down to the floor. Bring your knees in towards your chest. Give yourself a hug and then start to roll your hip back and forwards, coming into some spinal roll. Rolling out the spine as many times as feels good for you. And then on your last roll, see if you can gain a bit of momentum and work yourself up onto your feet. Slowly coming up to stand and coming into a forward fold. So you're at the top of your mat here, bringing feet hip width apart, gentle bend into the knees, allowing your belly to come towards the top of your thighs. Allow yourself to hang heavy here, maybe even grabbing onto opposite elbows. Coming into your ragdoll. Maybe nod your head yes and no. Decompressing through the spine. We'll be here for 3 more breaths, so allow every exhale to soften you a little more into your forward fold. Beautiful, and then release those hands back down to the floor. Keep a generous bend into the knees and start to roll up through the spine, vertebrae by vertebrae. Your head's the last thing to rise as you come to stand at the top of your mat into Tadasana, your mountain pose. Take a moment here to find your mountain pose. Ground down through the feet, pushing all 4 corners of the feet into the mat beneath you. Maybe even lift up your toes and then plant them down one by one back onto the mat as well as you can. Tuck your tailbone under, engage your core gently, lift up through your spine, roll your shoulders back and down, palms facing forward. Closing down the eyes and just taking a moment to feel into the strength and the power of such a simple posture. the mountain within you. Beautiful. Blinking the eyes open, we'll inhale, reaching the arms back up to the sky. And then exhale, swan dive forward, arms come out wide into your forward fold. Inhale, find a halfway lift, flattening the back, roll the shoulder blades down the spine. And exhale, fold back over the legs. Inhale, rising back up, scooping up the air beside you, reaching up to the sky. And exhale, hands through heart center. Beautiful. Release the hands down by your side. Inhale, reaching arms up to the sky. This time, keep your left arm reaching up and grab onto the left wrist with that right hand. We'll reach up, left arm up high, and as you exhale, draw the left arm over to the right, coming into a side body stretch through the left side. Keep your core engaged, keep tucking your tailbone under so that you're stretching through the side body and not collapsing through the spine. One more breath here. Inhale back through center as we switch sides. Reach that right arm up, grab onto the right wrist with the left hand, and then exhale, hinging to the left. Drawing that right hip over to the right side, your right hand over to the left. Feeling into the opening through your body. One more breath. Inhaling back up through center, and then exhale, swan dive forward. Find your forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, finding a flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rising up, reaching up to the sky. Exhale, hands through heart center. Take a moment to close down the eyes. Come back to that intention that you set for yourself at the start of the practice. Just bringing it back into your awareness. Solidifying it in your awareness as we begin to move through our asana practice. One more breath here. And blink the eyes open, release the hands down by your side. Inhale, reaching up to the sky. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, halfway lift, finding a flat back. Exhale, fold. Plant the hands down, step your left foot back, left knee down, finding a low lunge. Finding your posture here, engaging through the feet, the legs, the glutes, pushing away from the floor as you inhale, rising up. As you exhale, sink a little deeper, but keep everything engaged. Make sure you're not collapsing through your joints and your spine. One more breath here. And then exhale, frame that front foot, step back into a plank, and then lower the knees down to the floor, untuck the back toes, lower your chest and your chin all the way down, and just come into a baby cobra. Exhale, lowering yourself all the way to the floor, and then pushing yourself back into a child's pose. Sinking your hips onto your heels, keeping your knees close together, taking 2 breaths here. Rocking your weight forward, coming into a tabletop. Start to tuck those back toes and then push your hips up towards the sky, finding your downward facing dog. Beautiful. Walking out the legs, right and left, left and right. Feeling into that opening, the sensation. Drawing hips up towards the sky, your belly button towards your upper thighs. Push away from the floor with the hands. And then draw the heels towards the floor, finding some stillness. Gentle bend in the knees. And breathe here for a moment. And then slowly lifting up onto the toes And then start to walk the feet towards your hands at the front of the mat, step by step, moving there as slow as you wish, coming into your forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, finding a flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up, reach up to the sky. Exhale, hands through heart center. Moving to the other side, release the hands down and inhale, reaching up to the sky. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, halfway lift, find a flat back. Exhale, fold. Plant the hands down, step your right foot back, right knee down, setting up for your low lunge. Engage through the legs, push away from the floor with the feet. Inhale, rising the arms up, find your low lunge. On your exhale, sink a little deeper, but keep everything engaged. Inhale here, and then exhale, frame that front foot. Step back into a plank, lower the knees down, followed by your chest and your chin. Inhale into your full cobra this time. And then exhale straight back into a downward facing dog. Taking 3 deep breaths in your down dog. Remembering to connect to the sensations and the inner sensations of your body and your spirit as you move. Beautiful. And then we'll inhale, right leg light rises to the sky, 3-legged dog. On your exhale, draw your right knee towards your nose and then bring that right foot between the hands at the front of the mat. Drop that left knee down, untuck those back toes, engage through the legs. Inhale, reach up to the sky, find your low lunge. Inhale, reach a little taller. And then exhale, right arm comes behind you, left arm forward, finding a twist. Take a breath here. Then inhale, scoop that right arm back up into your low lunge. And exhale, pushing the hips back, finding your half Hanuman. One more breath here. Inhale back forward into your low lunge, reaching those arms up towards the sky. And then on your exhale, plant that left hand down, tuck those left toes, lift the left knee off the floor, and open your right arm up to the sky, finding an easy twist. One more breath here. Then on your exhale, frame that front foot, step the back toes in a little bit more and start to straighten through that front leg, coming into a pyramid. Now you can keep the back foot as it is, or you can draw that heel down, coming into a 45-degree angle with that back foot. Inhale, finding a flat back, and then exhale, hinge a little deeper from the hips. Remember to breathe here, feeling the opening through that right leg. One more breath. And inhale, find your flat back once again and start to walk the hands through the midline of your body, coming into a wide-legged forward fold. You can walk the feet out a little further, maybe bringing your heels a little wider than your toes, and start to hinge from the hips, coming into your wide-legged forward fold. Maybe you find some movement here. Maybe you stay in stillness. Listen to what your body needs. One more breath. And slowly start to walk the hands back towards the right foot, Frame that front foot, plant the hands down, step back into your plank, lowering your knees, followed by your chest and your chin. Inhale to your cobra, and exhale, downward facing dog. Take 2 breaths here in your down dog as we set up for the other side. On your next inhale, left leg rises to the sky, 3-legged dog. Exhale, draw that left knee in towards your nose. Place that left foot down, finding your low lunge. Untuck the back toes, drop the back knee. Ground down through the feet. Inhale, rising up into your low lunge. Exhale, sink a little deeper. Inhale, reach tall with the arms. On the exhale, left arm comes back, right arm comes forward, finding a twist. Making sure that you're keeping your hips square here and you're twisting from your upper body, even if that means that you're only here. Inhale, scoop that left arm back up, find your low lunge. And then exhale, sink the hips back, find your half Hanuman, your half splits. Folding over that front leg, opening through the back of the left leg. One more breath here. Then inhaling back forward into your low lunge, reach your arms up to the sky. Exhale to stay in the posture. Inhale, reach taller. Exhale, right hand comes down, left arm reaches up to the sky. Tuck those back toes. Lift that back heel coming into a twist. One more breath in your twist. And exhale, frame that front foot. Step that back foot a little bit closer as you set up for your pyramid. So maybe you draw the heels down towards the floor at a 45-degree angle on that back foot. Straighten through that front leg and start to fold over. If you find that you can't straighten through that front leg, that's okay. You might find that stepping a little bit closer is making it a little bit easier for you. But if you need a gentle bend in that knee, that's okay. One more breath here. And then slowly walk the hands through your midline, finding your wide-legged forward fold once again, drawing the heels out slightly, the toes in slightly, and folding from the hips. One more breath here. And then rising back up, walk your hands to frame that front foot. Step yourself back into a plank. Drop the knees, the chest and your chin. Inhale to a cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog or child's pose if you'd like to take a rest here. Stay here for 2 more breaths. And then meeting back in downward facing dog. We'll inhale, right leg comes to the sky, finding your 3-legged dog. Exhale, right knee towards your nose. And then place that right knee behind the right hand. Your right foot beneath your left hip, coming into your pigeon. You can walk that left foot back slightly. Start to lower yourself down here. Listen to what your body needs. If this is feeling a bit too intense in your hips, you can always bring a block or a pillow underneath that right hip to give you a little bit more lift. If you're feeling any discomfort in your knee, tuck that right foot under your body a little bit further, even if your right foot is underneath your right hip. Once you've found your version of your pigeon, start to fold forward, coming to a depth that feels good in your body. We'll be here for 5 breaths, so use every exhale to sink you a little deeper into the posture. Every breath sinking you a little further into surrender. Surrendering to the sensation and the experience of coming home to your body. One more breath here. And then start to rise yourself back up into a seat. Ground down through those hands, tuck those back toes, and see if you can lift yourself back up into your downward facing dog as we move to the other side. We'll inhale, left leg rises to the sky, three-legged dog. Exhale, left knee towards the nose, bringing that left knee down behind the left hand and your left foot beneath the right hip. Walk your back foot back, find your posture. Maybe you wiggle around a little bit and just find a comfortable seat for yourself. Use any props that you need for a little bit more support. And then when you feel comfortable and ready, start to softly lower yourself down over your left knee. Moving to whatever depth feels good in your body. Honoring if this side is a little bit different to the other. Letting go of any competition you might be having with yourself, consciously or unconsciously. And just leaning into what is and what feels right. Two more breaths here. And slowly rising yourself back up, coming onto your hands. This time just roll onto that left hip. Draw that right leg in front of you, placing both of your feet down onto the mat. From here, we'll just start to lower ourselves gently all the way down onto your back. Bringing your head to the floor, and then bringing your knees in towards your chest, giving yourself a squeeze. Give yourself a nice big hug. And then we'll move into happy baby. So you can bring your feet up towards the sky, grabbing onto the outer blades of the feet. Start to draw the knees in towards your armpits, making sure that you're keeping that low back grounded down onto the mat and not rounding too much here. Maybe you find some movement, rocking side to side. Maybe you stay in stillness. Just listen to what you need right now, what your body is calling for. Maybe close down the eyes and start to tap back in those sensations to your inner world. Just notice what's going on as we begin to slow down. Beautiful. And then bringing your knees back in towards your chest. Give yourself one big last cuddle. And then take any final postures that you might need for your practice today. And then when you feel ready, extending your legs long, bringing your arms out wide if that feels good, and finding your posture for your Savasana today. Settle into a nice comfortable posture. Get yourself nice and comfortable here, and closing down the eyes when you feel ready. begin to become aware of your breath once again. Start to notice the sensation of your breath, the rate in which your breath flows in and out of your body. And come back to this idea of coming home to yourself. As you rest in this awareness and soak in the benefits of your practice, I invite you to listen to these words and notice if any emotions or sensations or thoughts arise as you listen. Your path home, a moment in time for you. In a world that plays tug of war with your attention, practice to silence its noise. Like rewinding a tape, allow yourself to be coiled back into self, bringing the family of mind, body, and spirit together again. In sitting, moving, breathing, be shaken back into presence. Suddenly aware of the vibration of sound, always there but forgotten in the haze of distraction we call life. Feel again, aware now of all sensations, not just those that feel uncomfortable, but in touch with the simplicity of sensation that comes from air touching your skin. Connection in the wake of being, conscious in your thoughts and actions, navigating this fragile life with intention instead of stumbling blindly through its precious moments. This practice, a guiding light home. And rest in Savasana for as long as you feel. Perhaps pausing the video now if you'd like to stay here a little longer. Or when you feel ready, slowly and gently make your way back up into a seated position. Keeping the eyes closed down, your awareness within. And then once you've found your seat, I invite you to bring your palms face down over your heart center. Just feeling into your heart space and coming back to that intention that you set for yourself at the start of your practice. Taking a moment to honor this intention, to honor yourself, and bring your hands into prayer at your heart center. The light in me sees the light in you. Namaste. Thank you for practicing with me today. If you liked this video, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.